Hey guys, how you doing today? Let's walk you through what you're looking at. You should have your paper out in front of you from yesterday that has all of your data that's on there. You should have also received a packet that's got the groups of players that you'll be selecting from. This is something that you're not going to be writing on. This is something that's going to stay in the classroom throughout the day. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, you should have your paper where you're making your selections, and we're going to walk you through all that. So I'm going to take you through group number 4. So if you want to open up your packet to there, all right, what you should see are the players that are on the screen right there in front of you. So we're going to kind of go through like we did yesterday, get you that data, and then so that way you can make your selections. This does need to get turned in by the end of the class period, technically the end of the school day, but by the end of the class period is what we're going for, because you can't take it home, because then you can make changes as the events happen. So we do need them to stay here. So do keep that in mind as you go through things. All right, so the first person we have up here is Mr. ETN. Remember the bolded names of the cities, that's who they end up playing for. So we've got a JAX there, which is Jacksonville. He is a running back. So I'm not looking at the passing. I'm going to see, the rushing ones. Now remember, this is the opponent that's there. So I do need to look and see who he's playing. And it does say TEN for Tennessee. So I'm going down the page trying to find where Tennessee is at, and there they are, kind of in the middle. So as I'm going through this, I'm thinking, okay, it's just average. Nothing bad, nothing great. So let's go to the next thing for it. So as we kind of go through our page here, we want to see his rushing. So let's see what we've got. He plays for JAX, J-A-X, so that's Jacksonville Jaguars. So as I kind of go down through the list there they are. Again, kind of in the middle. So we've got two averages going against each other. So let's go a little bit deeper into this. Let's look and see what running backs have done. All right, so I'm in the running back section. I'm going down to find Jacksonville. They're using JAC, and I can see here it's a negative 4.1, so just slightly below average. So nothing's really jumping out here regarding Mr. ETN. So let's go on to the next person, Mr. Thielen. All right, so Mr. Thielen has that WR, which makes him a wide receiver. So we're going to go back up to the very beginning of the document, and we're going to look at the rushing that is there. So the rushing that we end up seeing. My document's not moving. Hold on a second. So I'm back up at the top here with the opponent passing. All right. So when I look at Mr. Thielen there, he plays for CAR because it's bolded in. So he's playing against DAL, which is Dallas. So right here, right away, I can see up at the very top, Dallas Cowboys. They got a really good pass defense, which means it's not good for Mr. Thielen right now. All right, so let's see what else we've got going on here. Rushing, here we go, back to passing. Let's see what Carolina does passing-wise. As I kind of look through it, Carolina, where are you? Wow, down towards the bottom. So right here, they're not a good passing offense. Going up a good pass defense, no thank you. I'm going to pass on Mr. Thielen right now. Let's go to the next one. We got Mr. Gibbs. He plays for Detroit. He's a running back. So I'm going to go into rushing. That's here. So opponents rushing. So they're playing against CHI. That is Chicago. So Chicago Bears, we can see up here, got a real good rushing defense there. They don't give up a lot of yards for the rushing. So that means it's not going to be too easy on Mr. Gibbs. So let's see what they do, though. Team rushing. All right. Well, okay. Detroit's up there. You can see right here, Detroit has a good rushing team. So we've got good on good that's happening here. So I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into this. There's quarterbacks, running backs. All right. And I'm going to be focusing in on Detroit here, DET. And I can see 4.7. Okay, so again, nothing that's hugely glaring that's there. So Again, ETN, okay. Gibbs, okay. Nothing wrong with either of those. Let's go on to Mr. Evans. Now, Mr. Evans, a wide receiver. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning that's here because this is passing. And as I look at that wide receiver, all right, we've got San Francisco. So they're playing against, oh yeah, he's playing against San Francisco. So Mr. Evans plays for Tampa Bay because, again, it's been bolded there. So as I look at San Francisco, as I kind of go down through my list, there we are. So kind of middle. So, okay, that's all right. Let's see what Tampa Bay does when they throw the ball. So team passing. So I'm going to go down to Tampa Bay and try to find them. And let's see. Again, this is the whole data thing. It's okay. They're in the middle. That's there. So again, nothing glaring. Let's go ahead and see how wide receivers are doing. So Tampa Bay. All right. And 5.3. So again, you can kind of see stuff's lumped in here. What on the things that I am going to look at here is, I got two more. I can continue with that. But one of the things I'm looking at here is just what do the teams do normally? So Jacksonville, I'm going to go back up to Mr. ETN at the beginning. All right. If I try to find Jacksonville in here, what are they doing? Well, they're balanced. Okay. So that doesn't tell me a lot. I already said no to Mr. Thielen. Mr. Gibbs of Detroit. Let's see if we can find you in here. Detroit. Dear goodness, where are you? I feel like I passed you. You should have been up towards the top. That's here. Here we go. Again, 14 and 14. So that's even as well. All right, Tampa Bay, where are you at? Where are you? Well, you're a little bit more towards the bottom, but oh my goodness, look at that. This is all from receiving. So when Tampa Bay does score, they're throwing the ball. So I like that about Mr. Evans now. San Francisco, Mr. Ayuk. Let's see here. They're balanced, but they score a lot more as well. And the last one is Mr. Barkley. He's on the Giants, dear goodness, and only 4 of them there. So again, kind of take what you want. For me, Mr. Evans is standing out because of that scoring statistics that are there. They pass the ball more than anything. Then you can make your own choices. You can make your own conclusions. And so that's where we want to make sure, sheet-wise, we know what we are looking at. So you're going to continue to go through your groups to make your picks. What you're going to be looking at, though, is this particular paper. So, for example, yesterday, you did some of the players, you talked about some of them. I'm kind of got the liking to see to Mr. Stroud here. Oh, but Tua, they do have the best passing offense that's there. You know what? I'm going to go with Tua. That's there. So you can just simply take your pencil or pen and just shade in the box that's there. All right? Of the groups here, I think I talked about going with Mr. Brown. So Mr. St. Brown, excuse me. So again, you can just shade it in. What you don't want to do is shade in and then erase. Because then it kind of looks like when you get your paper back on Monday, people are going to be like, hey, you cheated. You changed your selection. And it's, no, I did it last week. Again, be careful of that, all right? Make sure you've got that in there. But yeah, you're going to go through and make all of your selections. And then like your paper ends up saying, for this one group that's here, that you got these guys, you do need to get an explanation for that group. So data-wise, as we walk you through it, what did you find data-wise to select it? Otherwise, everyone else, you can go through and talk yourself, take little notes if you need to, all right? But this paper does need to get filled in. So time-wise, if you're getting tight at the end, you're going to have to go a little bit quickly, and you just might need to also just kind of guess one as well, too, if you don't get through it at all. But that's what you guys are doing today. Enjoy. Have a good time. I'll see you guys when you come back from break.